Thailand's top court has cleared the former head of the progressive Move Forward party of violating election law. Pita Limjaroenrat led his party to victory in last year's elections but was blocked from becoming prime minister. He had been accused of breaking election law by owning shares in a media company while he was a candidate. The Constitutional Court ruled that Pita's status as a lawmaker had not ended.
A lap of honour through the streets of Bangkok. Pita Limjaroenrat celebrates victory in an election last May he was not supposed to win. The young businessman and his progressive Move Forward party defeated Conservative parties supporting the royalist military. After nearly a decade of army-backed rule, Thais wanted change.
Before long, we will have a new Prime Minister named Pita Limjaroenrat.
But even though Move Forward won the most seats, that was not guaranteed. Pita failed to win the backing of the Senate, his bid to become Premier blocked by unelected lawmakers the military had appointed.
With the results of what happened in the parliament today, I accept it, but I'm not giving up.
An ambitious programme of reform had put him in the crosshairs of the old guard. He and his coalition partners plan to rewrite the constitution, end business monopolies and allow same-sex marriage. Ahead of another vote, Thailand's highest court suspended Pita from parliament. It was investigating allegations he was barred from running in the election because he held shares in a media company. Move Forward supporters gathered to voice their anger. They said the establishment was taking aim at a threat to its rule. Pita left parliament, no longer fighting for the Premiership, just trying to hold on to his seat. With him sidelined, real estate tycoon Shreta Thavisin became Prime Minister after making a deal with the military.
The more you hold grudges, the less mindful you'll be, and you'll be trapped in the past. But I learn. I have my lessons. I forgive, but I won't forget.
It was a blow to Thai democracy, but Pita says his setbacks are just a detour. He hopes to make a return to politics in the next general election.
Let's bring in Thitinan Phongsadhirak here. He's a political scientist at Chulalongkorn University and joins us from Bangkok. Thitinan, what does this verdict mean for Pita Limjaroenrat and his Move Forward party?
Well, for Pita himself, it means that he's now back in parliament. He's eligible to be Prime Minister during this term, and he has prospects of coming back after the next election. For the party itself, a week from now, we'll know whether the party will be dissolved or it will be allowed to continue. The charge against the party is to stop campaigning to amend the Less Majesté law. For Pita, it's a share ownership of a defunct, bankrupt media company. So I think that the thing to watch is that, when the Move Forward party won the election, the various agencies moved against them very quickly, including Pita. But now that Move Forward is in opposition, it's much less of a threat. It doesn't have power. So Pita is off. It would not be surprising if the party is also off next week. But at the same time, I think that we might still see some kind of charges hanging over Move Forward as a party moving ahead, just to make sure that they don't become a threat again to the established centers of power.
So they're still facing obstacles there within their party, but we're talking here about a man who, with his party, won last year's general elections. That's not disputed. Could we see him taking another shot at power despite the opposition that he's facing?
It's a big victory for Pita today, and I think for the voters who voted for this party, the Move Forward party won the election. So he certainly can come back. He is eligible to be Prime Minister, but the obstacle will be that Pheu Thai party, which formed an alliance, Pheu Thai came in second, Move Forward came in first, small margin in between, and Pheu Thai has now formed a government with Move Forward as the opposition. So the only way for Move Forward to become government is to form a coalition, a government with Pheu Thai, and that looks unlikely now, which means that Pita is unlikely to be Prime Minister in the foreseeable future during this term of Parliament. The next election, we'll see if something takes shape differently. But for now, I think Pheu Thai will want to be in government. They're the Prime Minister, Sethar, and they're running the country. And why should they give that up by forming a coalition with Move Forward and allow Pita to be Prime Minister? So this is how the divide and rule in Thailand is being played behind the scenes.
Polls show that Pita and his party do have strong support among Thai voters. What do those voters make of all this? How do you think they will take this verdict?
The vote we had last May was very clear. It was a vote for change and reform. But what was unclear is how much change, how much reform. For Move Forward is a far-reaching reform program. It's really a way to unlock and unleash the forces of the Thai economy and to decentralize Thai politics and so on. Pheu Thai also wanted reform, but not reform of the monarchy. Move Forward, they want to reform the monarchy, the military. So this is what the difference is. But the two parties together, they won 2/3 of the vote. So it was a vote for change, but different kinds of changes that the parties see. And for now, Move Forward is maintaining its positions, and Pheu Thai is in government. If they realign at some point, then we can see some change and reform in Thailand. But until then, there's a kind of a divide and rule game by the establishment to turn Pheu Thai against Move Forward. And therefore, Pita, even though he's free to re-enter parliament now, his eligibility is back. But I think he might have to wait a bit longer.
Thitinan, thank you very much for your analysis. That was Thitinan Phongsudirak, a political scientist, joining us from Bangkok.